So I hope you guys are doing well on this fine Monday night. I wanted to do a quick video on Cyberpunk 2077, and I know I already did a deep dive of the console and the controller. Hopefully you guys got a chance to check out that video. I posted it a few nights ago. The consensus was, I like the console. I wasn't a huge fan of the controller. Today we got a little bit more information on some other branding that Microsoft would be doing in partnership with the Cyberpunk 2077 game. And it really made me feel like that relationship that Microsoft has really cultivated with CD Projekt Red, as phenomenal as it is, seems to be a little bit more greedy than I think some people expected it to be. And I feel kind of like dirty almost wanting to support some of these products that they're just slapping Cyberpunk 2077 on just anything they can get their hands on, really. And then they're selling it for an inflated price. So it's not all just on Microsoft's to blame here. It's clear that there are other companies out there that are starting to say, hey, we can sell you officially licensed Cyberpunk headphones like they're doing with SteelSeries. They're going to cost you a little more than the exact same model of the regular headphone, but it says Cyberpunk on the side. So, okay, maybe a $10 or $15 markup, I guess I could understand. But Microsoft really seems to be taking it to a next level. You guys may or may not know I'm a big fan of Xbox One controllers. I like to collect them. I have about a dozen now, just various collector edition controllers. Back when Halo 5 was launching, they sold a couple controllers there. I got some Gears 4 controllers. I got Minecraft controllers, Sea of Thieves, just anything that comes along that I'm really interested in, I buy and I just display. I don't even touch them. I just want to look at them because I think they're cool. And I'm crazy, I know. A lot of them come with a controller gear plastic stand. The plastic stand's usually about $10 or $15 if you buy just the plain one. Sometimes you'll get them at cost, that same cost, that'll have an Xbox logo on the front, or there'll be an Xbox green, or they will have Microsoft written somewhere on them. And sometimes they're a little more expensive and they continue the pattern of the controller, so it almost looks seamless all the way through. And those controllers, the non-charge variant, typically run anywhere from $20 to $30, depending on how popular the game is and depending on when you buy it. Obviously, you buy it at launch, you're going to pay that premium. Then Controller Gear, the same brand who makes those just generic plastic controllers, also includes a charged variant. Now this one plugs into the wall. It has a special battery compartment that replaces the battery on your Xbox One controller. You set the controller into this charging cradle and it charges. So it's functional and it is aesthetically pleasing, kind of 2 for 1. They're selling this as well, and they're selling this thing for $50, which, looking up the standard price of the charging kit, is definitely not $50. There are a lot of aftermarket brands that do this. PowerA is most notably the one that Microsoft seems to partner with all the time. Those are the officially licensed ones. But there are a slew of aftermarket parts for controllers, batteries, and charging stands included. So it's not uncommon to see one of these all-in-one charging kits for anywhere from maybe $20, sometimes $25. But to essentially double the price because it says Cyberpunk on it seems a little greedy. Then take it the next step, that really cool console I showed you yesterday with the not so cool controller. Well, that controller standalone is going to cost you $75, which is definitely an all-time high for controllers. The reason why I was mentioning all those controllers earlier on is because I remember buying them and I remember what they cost, and I can tell you they were not $75. So I feel like Microsoft is really kind of taking this Cyberpunk thing in a good way. They're advertising and promoting a brand that they did, essentially help build, at least the studio. CD Projekt Red definitely got a monumental gain in just public notoriety because of Microsoft's assistance, so to speak, really getting promoted heavily during the Xbox One launch. And not to take away from what CD Projekt Red did with The Witcher 3, The Witcher 1 and 2 definitely not as popular, not as well received. It really wasn't until Witcher 3, and CD Projekt Red really did a lot of this. I mean, they were the developers of this game, but it was that push from Microsoft that really put them into the next level, that made them a household name, that really made Cyberpunk 2077 so phenomenal. And we had the breathtaking guy that we got to see last year. Mr. Keanu Reeves himself came out on stage and people lost their minds. He's part of this, and it was presented on a Microsoft stage. So there's definitely a relationship between these two, and I appreciate the fact that Microsoft is branding things to continue to push this relationship, but the prices are just really, really stupidly high. We have yet to see, but I fully expect it to be coming, an Xbox One branded headset as well as a hard drive. We haven't seen a 2 or 3 terabyte solid state drive. You know, usually they partner with Seagate or Western Digital, and they'll put the branding on the front, and they'll have one of those. I fully expect we'll see one of those as well soon, probably with a pretty heavy price premium. Microsoft has been dabbling a little bit with Razer. They recently released, and I did a video on it, maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, I don't know, time's all blurring together, a couple months ago. But basically it's a Razer laptop desk tray with a keyboard and a mouse that's wireless. I wouldn't be surprised to see Microsoft brand one of theirs on their own and slap Cyberpunk on it, because this game will be, you know, cross-platform. It'll carry over from your Xbox One to your Xbox Series X and that sort of thing. So I guess my point is this, and I'm going to wrap up this video. Microsoft, I love what they're doing, but the dollar amounts are just getting really stupidly high. And I think it's a turnoff for a lot of people. I was very excited when I saw the controller stand with the charging kit, and I was like, hey, maybe I should go ahead and get it. And then I saw the comments on Reddit, and I saw the comments on Twitter, and I was like, you know what? This does seem high. And sure enough, it's higher than any other controller stand and charging kit of its type. So Microsoft, what are you guys doing? I get it. Cyberpunk is a cash cow. You're definitely going to have some stake in that because people are starting to relate the two brands together. But at the same time, enough is enough. I understand making a buck, but this is going just a little too far. Leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on all things cyberpunk branding. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.